Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks, and it's Sunday, so it's another random destruction. I hope you've all had a good weekend. Now I'm in a tier 8 match. I'm in the tier 6 Russian premium medium, the T-34-88, which is a T-34-85 but with the short 88 from the Germans mounted on it. So it's 9.5 rounds a minute, which is a pretty good rate of fire, 132 pen and 220 average damage. Hull armour, you've got 45 on the front and sides, 40 on the rear, and your turret is not bad actually, and can be quite bouncy. 90 on the front, but it's got a nice curve to it. 75 on the side and 52 on the rear. Now this is from a few days ago, so this is pre sort of update 3.5, as you can see by the radar and the fact that I'm missing 2 barrels on the back of this. Yes, it got 2 barrels added. It did not, however, receive a penetration buff for the short 88, unlike a lot of the other tanks that use the short 88. They got buffed up to, I think, 145 pen. This one didn't, unfortunately. And although that is nice, I just feel that it's made Tiger 131's short 88 just that little bit less special, because that's 149, so it does still have a little bit more penetration, but it just, I don't know, it was a bit more special when it was the only one that had that much pen on it and all the others were 132, but never mind, it's a good bonus for the other tanks that have got it. Now it's an encounter match, and like I said, tier 8, and I am in a tier 6, so I'm bottom tier, but it doesn't mean that it's all over. You just have to play it a lot more cautiously, like I am now. In fact, I haven't really moved that far from where I spawned, and I think that's probably the best idea so far. Simply because the direction I was going, around that bay into the town, yeah, there seems to be quite a few enemy tanks around that way. There's quite a few off to my left over the railway tracks there. So I am going to have to be, well, I'm going to have to be careful. I've got 573 health left, and some of these tier 8s, they could be doing 390 damage. You know, that's nearly, well, that's most of the rest of my health gone with one hit, potentially. Nearly all of my health gone with one hit, because obviously, you know, that's average damage. So, like I said before, you just got to play it cautiously, but this is a decent gun. In fact, it's more than a decent gun, it is a pretty damn good gun. And it's on a fairly mobile medium. So yeah, it's a good solid medium, and it's good for crew training because it gets such a good XP bonus as well. Now, it's about even at the minute. Well, it's 3-2 in our favour, but it's only 1. That's not really anything. Now, can I get that flak panzer? Nope. I'm going to have to be cautious. Keep an eye on where things are, and be quite opportunistic. Now, something spotted me, and I'm not sure what. And I really shouldn't have lingered there. That could have been bad. Now, what have we got over here? Rheinmetall Borsig, I don't want to take a hit from that. Oh, I can get the Jagdpanzer 4. No, he's gone, ELC, can I get him? Nope. T-43, no, he's dead. There's the Jagdpanzer 4, and I just managed to finish him off. Now, going over this railway would be probably a bad idea. I've not got the gun depression particularly to go over there, and well, there's quite a concentration of enemy tanks just the other side, so I'm going to leave those guys trying to go up and over the railway track, although, yeah, I wouldn't really be recommending it, and I'm going to try and flank around, and this hammer seems to have had a similar idea. Now, hopefully, because there doesn't seem to be much left up near the enemy cap, we can get up here, yep, and start putting some shots in. There's T-43, I can just get his turret, well, if I could hit him. There he is. That's better. And he's now occupied. And a minute ago, there was quite a concentration of enemy tanks there. It looked as though they had the advantage and were going to push over and wipe those guys out. And now, basically because of me and the hammer flanking round and a good push from the guys that were still there, they've gone. And the advantage is now ours. And it's, well, 10-7 in our favour now. Now, what's left? VK45028, can I get him? Nope. It's a fairly accurate gun, this as well. Which is a nice change because there's so many Russian guns that are not accurate. Now, there's an RT around somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where he's going to be. Possibly not particularly far from where he spawned. So I've got to be careful. I do not want to drive around the corner and take a hit from RT, because that could be game over. And where is he? I'm surprised that nobody's seen him yet. There he is. GW Tiger P. Yeah, I don't want to take it from him. Back off a bit. Can I get him? Yeah. He's done. I think, luckily for me, I caught him in the middle of a reload. Or that's what it seemed to be. Or he was just waiting for his aim to zero in a bit more. Can I get the 450-2A? Oh, lovely. Only a little bit of health shaved off, but it was still not a bad little shot. And that's it. All of a sudden, it's just cleaning up what's left, and that's a Panther. And that's kind of how you got to play it when you bottom tier. You know, you've got to be cautious, you've got to really think about where you're going to go, where people are going to be able to get shots from you. Yeah, I couldn't resist just ramming for that last bit of damage. And yeah, just stick to the flanks, try and put shots in on people that are preoccupied. I know it sounds simple, but you'll be amazed how many people sort of don't do that sort of thing when they're bottom tier and just get stuck in there and get annihilated within the first sort of couple of minutes. There you go, not a bad match. 2,116 damage done, 60,000 silver, and I don't think that gets a silver bonus if I remember rightly. If it does, it's very, very low. It didn't come top, but I did get 5 kills and came second on the table, so not bad for being bottom tier. In fact, I'm quite happy with that, I'll take that one. Now, how's everybody be going in Tank Bowl? I've seen the Sunday score update. I don't know when it was from, but I think I saw it about 20 minutes ago. And Germany were about 10,000 or just over 10,000 completions ahead of USA, which is unfortunate because I'm on Team USA. But it looks like congratulations could be in order for Team Germany. But I don't want to jump the gun. There's still a few hours left, and I think we'll find out who's actually won that one tomorrow. I did manage to get my MVP medal though for the 110 points, so I have done a bit of an effort and made a bit of a push. I've done a few completions myself, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're going to pull it back, I'm afraid. Anyway, I'm in the T14 American Tier 5 Premium Heavy Tank, and it's a Tier 5 match. It's on Fjords, standard battle, and I've not had this very long. It's got a very basic crew in it. I think I've got 6th sense and almost full repairs. I've got no equipment on it. It uses the 75mm M3 lead gun, unfortunately. 15 rounds a minute, well 15.7, 92 pen, which is a bit underwhelming, and 110 damage. Your turret armour is very good though, 101mm all round, and you've got 10 degrees of gun depression as well. And your hull armour is not too bad, that's 51mm all round, but it's quite well sloped on the front, and your sort of lower glacis or your differential casing, whatever it is on the front of the tank, is very similar to that of the Sherman, so it is one of the thicker parts on the tank. Well, it would be if the turret wasn't so thick. And yeah, it can really work the ridge lines. I think the only thing that lets it down a bit is the gun, really. And it's just the penetration that lets it down occasionally. Everything else about this is not bad, actually. And I've put this one on. It's not brilliant. but it was just fun. And after I've cocked up my first shot, of course, and my second, which I actually aimed, but just not very well, I'm going to take out this Su-85B with the help of the tank destroyer behind me. But no, I've put this one on just to show that it can just be fun sometimes. And that's it, just have a bit of fun. Now there's an M8A1. And it is quite a tough tank, this. Like I said, it's got good slope into the front. Why waste a bullet when you can ram kill? And now, I don't think I actually stop for a while now. I think I just sort of steam through. And that's what I mean, just have a bit of fun sometimes, you know, it doesn't always have to be serious. You can just have not a mess about. I mean, I am kind of trying, but not really. I've just locked onto that guy, and I've seen the T-34, and I'm going to go for ram on him. And as you can see, he's just not doing anything. So I'm going to put a few shots in while I'm going for him. And I think he realises that I am about to ram the crap out of him. So he decides to scarper. Okay, sunshine, I'll put some shots into you instead. And you're done. Right. Oh, KV-222. I want to be going for either the backside or the turret, because the turret is the the thinnest part on the tank, I think. It's got a very strong hull, but quite a weak turret. And that's him done, and there's just artillery left. And there you go, a bit of a steamroll match, 14-2 so far. And unless RT can defend himself and take one of our guys out, it looks like it might be 15-2. This one is after the update, as you can see by the the updated physics, of course, which are quite obvious, and I quite like them. And obviously the range rings on the radar as well. And I think that's about it. I don't think I actually see Artie. But like I said, it's just a good fun match. And this thing can be, it can be quite a beast when it's top tier. I mean, I can imagine there's some stuff you're going to have to be wary of, but with the good slope on the front of the turret, and you know, it being 101mm thick, if you're using the gun depression on this over a ridge at maybe medium range, you're going to be bouncing a lot of shots at tier 5. Well, you saw how many I was bouncing then against like the M8A1, the T-34, and was it a Grant or something, a medium? Not entirely sure what it was now. There you go, not a bad little match. Nice and fun. 1,308 damage done. Got a few points. I'd not quite finished off the MVP or anything at this point, so I was still going at it. And 510 damage blocked. Got a small repair kit. And I think the rest were points. And I came out with that with 4 kills as well. The captured KV-1 looks like he had a fairly decent game with 1,500 damage. But I got a couple of extra kills, so it just gave me that little bit extra XP. Oh, forgot to turn my phone off again. I'm getting bad at that recently. Right, got one more match coming up for you, and it's again from today. It's a tier 9 match, and I'm in the T-30, the tier 9 American tank destroyer, and we're on Ensk. And this was the first time I've been on Ensk since the update, and I knew it was small, but as you can see by the detectability ring, yeah, it's really small. So any of you who've not been on it yet, wow, yeah, I just didn't realise quite how small it was. Now at this point, I've not got this fully upgraded yet. I have now. I've had a couple of games in it with the 152mm gun, I think it gets. But at the minute, it's the 120mm gun, which is the one off the T28 prototype. And it's not a bad gun on this, actually. Really good rate of fire, 6.19 rounds a minute, which doesn't sound a lot, but for a tier 9 tank destroyer, yeah, that's pretty good. 248 pen and 400 damage, and you get 297 on your premium ammo. You've basically got the turret off the T29, so you've got 279 mil of armour on the front, 127 on the side, and 102 on the rear. And I think the hull is basically the same hull as well. 102 on the front, 76 side, 51 on the rear. Now, like I say, I've got the big gun on this now, the 152 or the 155 mil. I can't quite remember which one it is. With its sort of 750 average damage, but it's got a rate of fire of I think 2.8, so it is quite slow, and I quite liked this gun on this tank. It made it, I don't know, it surprised people with the rate of fire, and 400 average damage is nothing to sort of, it's nothing to snuff at really, is it? So yeah, it kind of works quite well, this gun on this tank. Unfortunately, you don't get it as an option. Some you can have, you could have this or the 152 or whatever it is as the top guns. Well, on this one you can't, unfortunately. So if you want the top engine, you've got to have the top gun as well, the big gun. But yeah, I kind of like this gun on this tank. And the way I tend to play the T30 is like a heavy tank, because that's what it used to be way back when World of Tanks first launched on PC, and the American line wasn't particularly explored or sort of filled in as we know it now. Oh, Crafts Panther's snuck up on me. There you go, that's that rate of fire catching him out. Sees a T30, expects a very slow rate of fire, but I've got the smaller gun. Now I do get held up by this T95, but I digress. Yeah, way back when, the T30 was actually the Tier 10 American heavy tank, and the T34 was the Tier 9. This is before the M103 and before the T110E5. So this was the Tier 10, T34 was the Tier 9. And then they basically updated the tank line, and this became the Tier 9 tank destroyer, and the T34 became a Tier 8 premium. And I think at the time, anybody who got the T34 and T30 in their garage basically turned it on one day and found they got an M103 and a T110E5 and a Tier 9 tank destroyer and a free Tier 8 premium, which must have been quite a nice surprise. But yeah, here we are, the T30, sorry. And like I say, I do like to play this like... Can I get him? Oh, that was a lucky shot through there. I do like to play this like a heavy tank, and like I would if I was in the T29, down in a Tier 7 match or a Tier 8 match. You've just got to be a bit more careful, because obviously your hull isn't going to be bouncing much from the lower tiers, unfortunately. So even Tier 7s will get through your hull, no problem. And again, that's that rate of fire. Just took him by surprise, pop around there, boom. Now, oh, I did not notice the E75, that was slightly poor map awareness by myself. This could be nasty, because I've now got a T29 just to my left as well. There he is. Luckily my tracks ate that. Now, is that T29? Did he bounce? Has he got the 90mm? No idea, even the 90mm. Yeah, he has. Or, in fact, that could even be the, is it the 76mm? The M1A2? Is it the very stock gun? If you don't unlock the, if you don't unlock the 90mm on the M6 before you go to the T29, or if you go to the T29 through the Shermans, then yeah, you've got to run a T29 with the excuse me, with the M1A2. I think it is 76mm gun, which is horrific, as you can imagine. So yeah, quick tip: if you're going for the T29, go through the M6, unlock the 90mm on it, and then you can put that straight on the T29, and it makes it a bit less painful. Anyway, he's dealt with. The E75 has been dealt with, not by me. And I think that I'm going to stay in the cap circle. They should have enough time to finish off the heavy and that Borsig, wherever the heavy is. It's an M103. Fingers crossed there should have enough time. Oh, there he is. Oh, should have aimed that better. Definitely, but I'm already reloaded. I do miss that. I do miss that reload now I've got the big gun on this. I think it's something like 21 seconds reload without equipment in skills. However, the big gun would have gone straight through the front of the hull there, and that one didn't. So, if I'd have had the big gun, could I have got another kill? Possibly. Again, swings and roundabouts as it is with a lot. Now, yeah, don't get too excited by the XP. I did have a ×3 on. I was wanting to get that big gun unlocked, but still not a bad match. 3,661 damage done, 1,600 blocked, and first class mastery. So yeah, quite happy with that one again. And that got me another 3 points, 5 points, another 5 points for Team USA. So yeah, quite happy. But there you go. That's tonight's random destruction. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll be back tomorrow with, well, it should be the Skoda T40 review, all things being well. So until then, take care out there, and I will catch you next time. See you later.